Well, next up on the Ron Johnson Show, Sam's going to try to stump me. Throw some questions my way. I got 3 minutes to answer them. See how I do. It's called the Daily 3. That's 3 questions, 3 minutes each. Take it away, Sam.
Ron, I want to ask you about special teams in our Vikings question of the day. They've got a new special teams coordinator. His name is Matt Daniels, his first time in that role. What mentality do you want to see from the Minnesota Vikings on special teams this year? And how do you think it can help or hurt their success?
I want to see some swagger. Like I want to see a special teams team, and I've seen him interact with the players. I think, Coach Daniels has it. I mean, we'll see, but I want to see that swagger where when they step on the field, you never know what can happen. Whether it's because I think about way back to Dante Hall days with the Chiefs, when they were just an absolute oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? The Ravens back with Ed Reed when they would block punts. You never knew if Ed Reed was going to return a punt. You never knew who was going to go back. You didn't know. You didn't know what was going to happen with the Ravens special teams, from kickoff returns to punt blocks to punt returns. It is a different league now, though. You don't have some of that stuff with the kick returns because everybody's kind of just taking a knee. You don't have the huge collisions anymore. But I think it's the swagger. It's the confidence. I think the kicking game. I think for a while now, it's not just the special teams coordinator, it's the head coach as well. The head coach is big when it comes to his kicker and how he deals with adversity. We've seen guys get on the podium and say, did he throw any interceptions today? Did he fumble the ball twice today? He just missed a kick. That's when a coach has his kickers back versus, well, we'll see tomorrow. You can't say that about your kicker. We'll see tomorrow. If I'm the kicker, I'm like, man, so I'm probably not going to be here then if we're going to see tomorrow. That's where I think that it changes, not just from the special teams coordinator, but from the top. Kevin O'Connell is going to nurture. Matt Daniels is going to nurture. We talked about kickers and what they need. I think, this is a younger group that kind of knows that. How do we make sure our kicker mentally is in this thing, that we need it? You might only have 4 to 5 big kicks this season, but we need them all. We need all 5 if we're going to really make some noise and go to the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. So that's the thing. But I think from a swagger standpoint of, hey, we can change some games. We can flip the field. We can really, no mistakes, no block punts, all that type of the little things that I think we forgot who the special teams coordinator was at some points. We were so focused on the mistakes and the kicker. We never really thought about the connection between head coach to special teams coach. It wasn't really there. It seemed like there was a disconnect the last year or two, especially when it came to the kickers and the punters. I mean, it was like a revolving door at times. And so, I mean, you traded for a kicker that didn't work. There was so much to that. And punters, it was so much to all that. And now I think hopefully you'll find some stability in this group. I think that's the big word, stability. They're mentally stable. We've heard guys talk about how they were berated before. You don't want to have the Urban Meyer atmosphere in your special teams room. So I think there's going to be a better, more stable team.
Yeah, just no mind games with the kickers. That's all I ask. Former Gopher Rashod Bateman, he's on the Ravens, and he is quoted as saying he's excited to be the number 1 receiver for the Baltimore Ravens this year. What do you think about Bateman's chances to be a wide receiver 1 with the Lamar Jackson in Baltimore?
I think high because he's the only, not say only target, but he's going to be the number 1 target. You look at what Hollywood Brown did. Hollywood Brown was upset more so because the offense never focused on him. I think Rashod Bateman, and we'll see. I mean, money changes people, but Rashod Bateman comes from a great family, has a great, his mom is awesome. Comes from a great coaching tree of PJ Fleck and being selfless, being about the team and not about yourself. I think Rashod Bateman, at least now, doesn't have that, I got it, show me the money. He's not Rod Tidwell. I think it was Tidwell, right? Yeah. Yeah, Rod Tidwell. He's not sitting up here like Cuba Gooding Jr. yelling at his agent, I need to get the ball, man. Give me the ball. Lamar Jackson is a solid piece of the puzzle that can get the ball to Bateman. You look at Bateman coming in, I think he caught his first 10 balls were all 3rd down or 1st downs or something like that. It was a ridiculous stat. And so when you think about that, he trusted Bateman as a rookie. Now you're going to have size and speed. You're going to have red zone targetability with him. I mean, we've seen it with the Gophers. Yeah, I think he has no problem being wide receiver one. I think the key is going to be volume. How much does he get it? Because we know Lamar Jackson likes to run. But Bateman's speed, I think you're going to see it opened up this year a little bit more with his size and speed, where Hollywood sometimes maybe Lamar felt like I can't see him. Like Lamar did not throw it to him a lot on third down. It was more of a Bateman in the middle. And now when that guy becomes your one, you're getting it on first down too. And then you're going to get it on second and third down because I trust and I see you in the middle of the field versus Hollywood Brown kind of always being on goals and posts. I think that was his issue. He didn't feel like he was getting the Tyreek Hill type of plays, and that's why he wanted out.
Yeah, and Bateman had that injury to start last year too. Remember, he was out for about half the year, so he didn't really get a chance to get traction in September and October. This year, if he's fully healthy, he's going to have that whole training camp to build chemistry with Lamar, momentum, and confidence. So I like his chances a lot. Last one, Deshaun Watson is rumored, it's not official, but he is rumored to be facing a 1-year suspension by the NFL for all the civil suits. Ron, is that the correct decision by the league? And if so, who will quarterback the Cleveland Browns?
Well, I don't think Baker Mayfield wants to be there. That's the problem with this. I don't know if he wants to be there. Now, the difference is you're on contract. So could he hold out too and really put their feet to the fire and do something weird where he makes them give him a lot of money for 1 year? Because he's like, look, it's either me or the backup. If Deshaun Watson's suspended, they know something that has not truly come out yet. And I don't know if, he's told some of the stories like, hey, this is what happened. I don't know why they're making a big deal out of it, or, hey, we heard this, or there's evidence. At the end of the day, look, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's civil and not criminal. So clearly something happened. You never know the mind of people. That's why the crazy things that happen in this world, I'm never going to take a stance with somebody like, oh no, he would never do that. He's a good person. Like, anybody can do anything in any given moment. Like, the mind is depraved. The mind that's alone is even more depraved. That's why they always say, like, group, relationship, Bible study, being around people. That's what support groups are for. Like, they created support groups for that reason, because people know alone you get yourself into a lot of trouble, but together you can overcome a lot of stuff. And so whatever it is Deshaun Watson did, whatever he's going through, if he's suspended for the year, hey, it is what it is. Like, you got all these people coming out saying that they weren't comfortable with what you did. You can't put a price on somebody's comfort. You can't put a story to what really happened with some people. Like, you just don't know. Like, you don't know. Like, to you might be comfortable. That person, they might be uncomfortable. That's why I go above and beyond. Like, when I'm in places, sometimes I keep my head down. Like, I don't even want to look at people sometimes, because I'm like, look, I know what I'm thinking, and I know I'm not doing it, but this person doesn't know. I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. It's 10 p.m. It's just me and this person in the hallway of a hotel. Like, they don't know me. I keep my head down and I keep it moving. I also watch my back, though, because that person could be an axe murderer. But I'm always cognizant of that, because you just never know. You never know what people are thinking. And so Deshaun Watson made a mistake. Like, no matter what it is, small, big, we don't really know. Nobody will know but him and the people involved. But if he's suspended for a year, Baker Mayfield now has leverage. He now can either force them to do something to make sure his future is secure somewhere else, or he can, play the big baby game and sit up. But as a grown man, you got a chance to come be a starter for another year and show them. Because if he goes and kills it and wins 12 games, and then they're just going to cut him, like, they would look stupid. Because then if they never win with Deshaun Watson, that would be a 30 for 30. The time the Browns ruined their career. I mean, Ernest Biner was my coach with the Ravens, and he was a part of that fumble the ball and then never do anything ever again. This could be the next great Browns story where Ernest Biner might be forgotten, because it was the year we could have just kept Baker Mayfield and we gave Deshaun Watson $230 million and he didn't do anything. And then Baker Mayfield came and took us to the playoffs. It is what it is. We'll see. Who knows? But that's my thought.
Yeah, get ready for an appeal process, and Watson trying to fight any suspension that comes and probably trying to get that thing reduced down to 6 or 8. I mean, that's why the league's going so high, is because they probably know there's going to be a battle.